Rightio. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Willow Springs for round 2 of the Trailblazers Cup. It is the EBM Invitational round, as 4 drivers are joining us from the EBM team. Those drivers are Matty P, Kiwi, Baruni and Brandoza, as we see going around in qualifying now. 3 drivers from the new intake into the Trailblazers community. It's Billy Heat, GT4 RCE, and Ando 787. I don't know what's going on at the moment, actually, because there's only one car on track. I'm very confused. We've had a red flag. That's about a disconnection and a red flag. Yes, we have. Brandoza has disconnected. But so the format for this evening, if you're just joining us, will be 10 minutes of qualifying, followed by a 25-minute race and a 40-minute race. Grid order being determined by finishing position from race 1. As we prepare to carry on after the red flag in qualifying. Going to restart qualifying. That'll be 10 minutes. 7 drivers. 8 drivers, hopefully. If the driver that just fell out there, he comes back. Brandoza has returned, so we'll have 8 drivers running. 4 drivers from the EBM team joining us. Peanut, one of the admin of Trailblazers, and Billy, GT4, and Ando, the 3 new drivers coming into the community. My hot tip is on GT. Keep an eye on him. I've got a little bit of a background story. I've got the hot takes on what GT has done in the past. Bring that to you soon. Bring that to you later. I'm just waiting for qualifying to get underway. And the qualifier has begun. So fuel and tyres for this event set on ×3. Replicating 1 lap, replicating 3 laps on tyres and 3 laps of fuel burn. You see Matty P, Baruni and Kiwi leading everybody out for 10 minutes of qualifying here at Willow Springs. Oh, there's been chaos at the top. What's gone on? Boys, behave. Billy running it wide as well. Alright, start of the first hot laps. Kiwi's got clean air in front of him, so does Ando. Billy with clean space. Peanut and Brandoza right together. So will this help or hinder Peanut on his first hot lap? Does he have the pace to be interrupted by Brandoza, or will Brandoza just slowly get away and give him the slipstream? It's a hairy opportunity. That's the unfortunate thing. Oh, all sorts going on here. A little tap up the inside. Camera's just freaked out then, and we lost what was going on completely. Peanut got past everyone there, and now he's in clean air. As we look at QE to see his first hot lap. Was QE going to set the bar at? QE sets the bar at a 120.7. Ando comes across with a 119.4. Peanut, third across the line, 120s. Have to bring up the other vision for lap time. There we go. 122.1 for Brandoza, 128.4 for Billy. GT with a 120.6. So Ando 6/10 up after one hot lap. Peanut picks up a penalty. GT now starting to be held up by Brandoza. Four tenths up on his previous lap. Makes getting past Brandoza look simple as Brandoza runs it wide. Peanut as well. GT, what does he set? GT sets a purple time. GT raises the bar to a 119.1. Ando, purple sector. Peanut currently sitting in third. QE fourth in qualifying after two hot laps of the 120.7. Blistering hot day here at Willow Springs. Temperatures skyrocketing. So that'll make things very difficult on the tires. Very difficult on the engines. So a brilliant opportunity to see the EBM boys. That's Brandoza, Barui, Matty P and Billy. And QE, sorry, not Billy. Billy's one of the new drivers. Brilliant opportunity to see those four. A chance to showcase their driving mentality, their driving ethos as a team. As Ando puts in a purple sector. GT still on top with a 119.1. Ando 3/10 behind. And then Peanut in the 120s. So money's on GT here. Now GT, the good old community of the Trans-Tasman Zambe Racing, which preceded Trailblazers. GT was the Season 3, Season 4 and Season 7 champion. He won the Sprint Championship 3 times and the Endurance Championship, Endurance events 5 times, which by my count makes him the most trophied driver from the Trans-Tasman racing era. So with GT coming back to the community, GT coming into Trailblazers, once he gets clear of the Trailblazers Cup, look out. Top split driver on our hands. Potential championship winner. Previous multiple championship winner from a previous community. Very quick. go on board with GT for the second half of the lap. Ando still 3/10 down. With a minute left, he's purple. He's up by a 1/10 and a half. It's Peanut improved, but still managed to stay in third. And the 4 EBM drivers unable to break into the top 3. So we're about to see Ando fly around the sweeper. Now it's a question of who's going to get their last laps in. Matty P gets one in. Who else is there? Kiwi, he's got a lap in. Brando's just coming out now. He's not going to make it. Ando, he's going to have one more lap. Where does he come in this lap? It's a 1:19.3. Inches ever closer. 0.17 behind GT for pole position. GT gets another lap in with 10 seconds remaining on the clock. Peanut's going to miss out. This is Peanut's last lap. Peanut's last roll of the dice. What's the time on the board going to be? Doesn't improve. 1:20.6. There are yellow cards on the track. Baruni improves, comes up to 5th. With a 1:20.920. Don't know what happened up there. We'll have to see it. Cars all over the place. Just waiting now to find out who's still on a hot lap and who's not. Ando still has a chance. Ando still has his chance. Why did he run out of time? Didn't make it, maybe. I can't tell who's still running and who's not. While we wait for the race to begin, let's flick to the timing screen. That's it so far. GT on pole position with a 1:19.1. Keep an eye on him, he's the hot tip. Ando 787 with a 1:19.3. Does he have the legs to stay with GT? Peanut a whole second behind. We have a second field. Peanut with a 1:23.32. And Kiwi in 4th. Finishes the second row. Baruni and Brandoza in 5th and 6th make up the 3rd row. And the new entry Billy alongside Matty P from EBM. There's your top 8. And ladies and gentlemen, pop your ears, the pressure is rising. We're about to begin. No, why can't I spectate? Let me spectate. Why you know let me spectate? There we go. Here we are. GT from Ando. 25 minutes of Willow Springs. And we go green at Willow Springs. Ando's faster off the line than GT. We're watching the front 2 sprint away. As we see the... Ooh, let's fix it up. There's the field come down into turn 1. GT around the outside of Ando. Peanut shuts in behind. Kiwi in 4th. EBM, Baruni, Brandoza, Matty B and Billy at the rear. GT as they all go single file now around the rabbit's ear. and the race starts to settle down quickly. But Ando, everybody still in the slipstream. Vital you maintain that slip as they come up towards the Budweiser balcony. Ando right behind GT, looking to make an early move. As the top 6 all almost line and stern. As they roll through up and over Munro Ridge. And Ando's in a position to make a move before the sweeper on lap 1 as we go on board. Alongside GT. It's making it happen. GT just letting him slide up the inside here. As we go back to the back as well, 2 cars. Baruni and Brandoza. As they go back single file, a little bit of dirt on the inside. Runs it wide. Needs to control it there, absolutely. Side by side for the lead on the end of lap 1. GT's going to go around the outside. A little bit wide, but keeps it under control. Ando's there. Brilliant racing after 1 lap. As Peanut has closed the gap. Front 4 all tied together. Lando goes up the inside, goes to the outside. Turn 3. GT with the yank goes all the way around the outside. That's an incredible move. Retakes the inside line around Budweiser's balcony. Top 4. You can throw a blanket over the top 4 at the moment. This is brilliant. As we go on board with QE. QE Cam. Ando from GT, from Peanut, from QE at the end of lap 2 as they approach the sweeper and turn 9. Just be ever so careful around this circuit of not duffing the wheels on the dirt as you get absolutely drawn off. QE with the run on Peanut. Ando breaking the slipstream of GT. GT's not close enough to go around the outside this time. As Peanut tucks in behind QE. And start of lap 3. Up towards Budweiser's for the 4th time, third time. Peanut looks up the inside of QE, but QE just shuts the door. Not enough room there. They run back down the hill towards the ridge. Oh, too much dirt there, but keeps it on pace. The front 4 all within 2 seconds after 3 laps. The slipstream is still real for all of these drivers. It's Peanut. A little bit of a wide entry into turn 9. A little bit of dirt on the outside tyres. It's going to kill his pace. QE just drives away from him, but here comes GT. Still in the slipstream of Ando, but not close enough to make a move. As Barui's catching Brandoza. Oh, and someone's ran wide. Peanuts ran wide. Now he's having to rejoin safely. Unfortunate. Don't have replay technology, but we'll invest in that soon. As Baruni closing the gap on Brandoza. It's to the outside. Is he going to switch it in? Switchback is on around the outside of Budweiser. Tries to no switchback there. Runs a little bit wide though. That'll kill his pace as QE is closing in on GT. And Ando is building the gap out the front of the field. Four tenths and closing between Barui and Brandoza as we flick forward. QE a second behind GT. GT 1.6 behind Ando. Ando's getting away. As we flip back to the 2 EBM boys. Approaching turn 9, the most treacherous corner of the circuit. What's going to happen? Nail-biting stuff, but Bruni's just got to keep it in the slipstream, and he will stay relevant. It's QE now a second behind GT. GT 1.9 behind Ando. Ando building that gap in the Rosic Racing Mazda. Back to the battle of the EBM boys. Bruni's now built it out to 1.3 seconds. So the closest cars on the track, GT and QE, 1 second the gap. QE closing it to 8/10. I don't think we're going to see pit stop strategies in this 25-minute race, but we will in the 40. Looks like Brandos has closed the gap again, back to 7/10. So easy to make a mistake around the sweeper or through turn 9. Oh, running it wide, and there he goes! Bruni's lost it. Drama as he gets reset back to the circuit, and that takes the pressure off of Brandoza as Peanut is working on closing that gap after making his mistake from 3rd position on lap 2. QE 1.2 behind GT as he runs it wide up towards Budweiser. It's going to kill a lot of his time. GT increases that gap straight away to 2.3 seconds. Gravel on his tyres. QE hasn't quite scrubbed off yet. So he runs it wide, approaching the ridge. GT in 3rd, in 2nd. Being left for dead by Ando at this point. Ando is gone. 3 seconds gap. This is impressive from Ando. Who is this guy? As we go on board with Ando for our lap of Willow Springs. Listen to that throttle control. Tyres on their absolute limits. QE has dropped out, and so has Matty P. Probably some connection issues there. The race is starting to settle down now. Ando 3 seconds ahead of GT. GT, a large gap now between 2nd and 3rd after the 2 drivers have just disconnected from the Trailblazers Cup, the EBM Invitational. And that's a lap with Ando, and Ando 4/10 slower than his previous lap, but has built the gap on GT by 5/10 in that lap alone. So we go back to GT. Brandoza and Peanut closing in. His gap by a second since we last checked in on him. Two seconds the gap now, on trajectory to catch him soon if he can just keep it together. It's just taking off a 10th here, a 10th there, 2 tenths then. So Peanut slowly closing on Brandosa, but GT unable to close the gap on Ando. Ando now 4 seconds ahead as they go through the sweeper turn 9 complex. That's outrageous. That's outrageous pace. There he is. Your race leader. Peanut now a second behind Brandosa. We're going to see some drama now. As Peanut puts in a personal best as he tries to close the gap. Concentration is key here now. You can see his target in his sights. Keep it clean, keep it consistent, and close that gap. Through the tricky, undulating complex of the Budweiser balcony. Peanut makes up a lot of time here through turn 9, and suddenly in the slipstream, in position to strike on lap 10. 12.5 minutes remaining on the clock. Throws it into turn 1. Mendoza gets more dirt on his tyres, kills his pace as they come through the rabbit's ear. Peanut's going to be looking to strike. Into the Budweiser complex now, up the hill, the left. Oh, Brandosa's just slipped off the road. Understeer, massive understeer. Looked like he just yawed his way to the right. He just exit stage right. That was unfortunate. Peanut gets it done without having to press. Update now on the GT's ran it wide. Coming out of turn 9, he's not going to be happy about that. That just lets Ando sail away into the distance. Build his lead even more to 5.7 seconds. So on pace alone, Ando might have it. But what can the drivers come up with in the second race strategy-wise? The second race being a 40-minute race with a compulsory medium tyre usage. You are allowed to pit off of the medium. Oh, wide again. GT's lost his concentration. Or is it the tyres? Let's have a look at his tyres. Let's see how they're going. Tyres are fine. Everyone's tyres are fine. Look at the bottom left of that graphic. It's better than the Formula 1 graphic. It's more accurate. Oh no. It's Billy runs it wide. Bad day at the office for Billy. Rooney 18 seconds off of Brandosa. Brandosa 3 seconds behind Peanut. Peanut 11 seconds behind GT. And the race leader Ando 7 seconds in front. As Ando approaches Billy on a blue flag. Blue flag. It's a great shot. flat. He's going to have to find a way through now. Yep, well done. Didn't hold him up too much. About to find out. 5 tenths, 6 tenths. Cost him about 6 tenths getting past. The GT closes the gap to 6.6. Peanuts made a mistake. Brandoza has closed it to 1.7. Not a lot going on to commentate on. Pretty slow, progressive experience. Brandoza from the EBM team at Trailblazers Racing, chasing down Peanut, one of the administrators from Trailblazers. 1.5 the gap. Soon GT will be closing in on Billy. He'll have to minimize the time lost. As Baruni's come into the pits. The gap was closing. He just ran it wide there before Monroe Ridge. Brandoza starting to close again. Almost down to a second. Oh, we're going to take an invite. We're going to go and check a thing. Check a thing. Take an invite. And we're live on air with Matty P. Good, mate, good. What happened, mate? What happened to you? Unfortunately. Engine just conked itself. Mechanical failure. GT's caught up to Billy now. But Ando's gone. Ando is absolutely gone. I didn't think Ando would have the pace. Yeah, GT, because GT, they used to race with us when I used to run my show, and he won 3 seasons, he won 3 sprint events and 5 endurance events. I think he's the most trophied driver from our community back when we started, and I'm so surprised that Ando's pulled it away. Yeah, just give him a lot of warm up. As GT goes around Billy. Oh, absolutely. Brando's is closing that gap on Peanut. This gap's been getting bigger and smaller and bigger and smaller. It's down to 8 tenths now. Pressure's definitely key around this circuit. Any kind of mistake and you're off into the shadow realm. Oh, the Gap closing, 5 tenths, 4 tenths. So they approach Castrol Corner on lap 16 with 4 minutes left on the clock. Good exit from Brandon now as well. Through the rabbit's ear. 5 tenths. Can he stay with Peanut? Is Peanut starting to struggle from tyre wear? Or is it pressure? 4 tenths now, closing. Peanut takes a little bit of dirt on his back left. Up towards the Budweiser balcony. Well within striking distance now as they go back down towards the hill, towards Monroe Ridge. This is exciting. Something's happening. Oh, no. Is he going to go left? Is he going to go left or right around the outside? He closes the door on the inside. Kills his momentum. Approaching turn 9. Oh, better exit there. Down the start finish. Are we going to see him move? He's going to go inside or outside? He's not close enough. He doesn't have the pace. As I go through Castrol Corner for 17. It is. Good stuff seeing the EBM boys step in for the EBM Invitational round representing the Trailblazers community. Brandon's close. Oh, they both dip off. Peanut holds it together. Because he's now within striking distance again as they approach the sweeper in turn 9 on lap 17. Now Brandon's closing the... Brendan, not Brandon, yeah. Yeah, what's he going to do this time? He's just going to be patient and try and nail the exit. Get that drive. Oh, a little bit of inside turf. Keep it together. And he stays relevant. 4 tenths. It's a great shot with a hot weather balloon too. And that drone's doing a good job. He's closing the gap every time they come into the balcony sector. Can he capitalize on any mistakes? Don't run it wide there. Powering back down the hill. Oh no, Peanut, hold it together. Holds it together again, and we go back into the sweeper in turn 9 section. Almost bumper to bumper for the 3rd lap in a row. What are we going to see? Concedes again. With 1 lap remaining on the board. They both run wide and take some dirt. Peanut came off worse. That's it. Second gap is built up to a second. Unless Peanut makes a mistake from pressure, the tyre wear will become a factor on the final lap. Through the balcony sector. Brandon's faster through the balcony sector. He's closed it down to half a second. Who's that rejoining? Is that Billy rejoining? Yep. Final turn of the final lap. Peanut by 6/10. Can Brandosa catch him? Is Peanut going to make a mistake or keep it together? Keep it together. Fantastic. And we didn't even flip forward to congratulate Ando, the winner of race 1, winning by 11.5 seconds. I just realised that I had someone join the party then, and the audio would not have captured their voice, so that would have sounded really silly. GT in second position, 11 seconds behind. Peanut in third. Congratulations. So we're going to dive into our settings now. Stay tuned, we're diving into the settings to fix the audio. Oh, it's ticked. Share party audio is ticked, so maybe it did work. Hopefully it did. So we're going to jump back into the race party. For the break. Just to hear whatever chatter is going on. Gentlemen. Yeah, that'll be up on my YouTube channel. So I've just jumped in just for the gap. Congratulations to all of you. Well done. Good racing. Peanut, you kept him off at the end there. And that was great pace, Ando too, by the way. That was great pace. GT, I thought GT would have got you, but you just took off. We are still live, so as I sit in here, feel free to talk about the race and stuff, but watch your language and shit. as I swear. And nothing extreme. But yeah, well done. I'll jump back out before the race starts. I was watching for that, but most of the tyres were okay.
Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, it's driving cars that have downforce that you've really got to take into account. I mean, plus switching games and stuff. I played a set of Corso PC last night in a league, and that was tough. I played ACC on PC. You know that game? Assetto Corsa. Yeah, on the PC, it's like you're sweating. It's that much force in the wheel. It's crazy.
I'm gonna run
Yeah,
out for a
right.
smoke. Please wait for me. Please.
Your muscle memory must be,
I'll be back.
yeah, really thrown out when you switch between games like that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And what wheel are you using? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's funny that you can't adjust the brake force. You so you can in Formula One, but you can't in GT. Yeah, that's right. I do it on the wheel with my pedals. I do, yeah. Oh, mate, it'll change your life. I went from a G27 to this CSL. Their basic model. They're still bloody expensive, but by God, fully addicted to sim racing again. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so that would create problems in a game like GT Sport where you can't adjust it through the software. You're sort of stuck with it, yeah. Yeah, right. Well, if you get the CSL, it's problem solved. You actually keep 5 different setups on the wheel for 5 different games. So you can actually try and get them to feel as similar as possible by tuning the wheel, each setup. So who's in the lead in the GR2 after last night? I saw some results, but they weren't complete. Okay, because where are we? Yep. Yeah. Okay. I saw some results table with the teams' totals. There must be. It was broken down with each driver too, for each lobby. But one of them didn't have the totals for the team written in there, so that might be the one where there might be a protest pending or something. Oh, can't get used to this Discord. I'm still trying to remember where everything is. No.
Kobe's in the chat. What's up, Kobe? Sorry, random. Yeah, just randomly. Just one dude being like, hey, what up? I missed him while I was out for a smoke. That was a really tidy start too, boys. Nice and tidy.
Yeah, it's good having this. This is a good idea, I think. This, yeah. Yeah,
I really
yeah.
like the
And then
idea
just,
of rotating the teams through too, like inviting a different team each week to fill the ranks. I really like that. Get the teams behind that, so that each week we can have a different team come in, and that's awesome. Give me a second too. I'm gonna make a new party. If anyone drops out, feel free to drop into the party that I've made, um, just so that that works. But yeah, give me yeah, of course. Give me a minute. Give me like 60 seconds or so before you start. We are good to go for race number 2 of the EBM Invitational at Willow Springs. Kobe, how's it been? It's been good, man. It's been good. It's been a roller coaster. Life's been a roller coaster. It's GT. Podium getter in the first race came second, outpaced by Ando. But this race comes down to strategy. 40 minutes, compulsory medium tyre compound has to be ran at least once. You can pit as many times as you like. So what will the strategy be? So off of the grid, we have Ando, GT, Peanut, Brandoza, Baruni, and Billy Height. 6 cars, empty field, but passionate drivers. What are we going to see? Is GT going to get Ando into turn 1? We're waiting for the lights. Waiting for the lights. And we go green at Willow Springs. GT and Ando lead the pack away from Peanut, from Brandoza, from Barui, from Billy. They start to bunch as they enter turn 1, Castrol corner. Ando sweeps around the outside. GT tucks in behind. Peanut and EBM side by side. They're going to go into single file as they approach the Rabbit's Ear. So start, nothing extreme. But GT now needs to work on closing that gap, keeping with Ando. Peanut and Baruni as they all come up now through the balcony complex. An undulating, complicated combination of turns. Barui, a little bit of dirt on his outside tyres. They come now through towards Munro Ridge, up and over. GT's right behind Ando. Can we change the camera? Is it going to let me? Why is it not let me change the camera? Well, we broke it. We broke the game. GT behind Ando as they come into the sweeper. Is he going to go inside or outside? Is he going to bide his time? It's a long race. Nice and tidy first lap from the pack. Front floor all still within slipstream. Ando, GT closing the gap 2/10 as they approach turn 1. Is he going to make a move? Runs it wide. GT runs it wide. Drama drops down into third position. He invites Brandon into second. As Brandon now tucks into the slipstream of Ando as they approach the balcony complex for the second time. Cheers, Colby. Thanks, man. Catch you later, dude. EBM and Ando up and over. GT's made another massive mistake. Drama and tears as GT falls to the back of the pack. And drama at the front as Brandosa's right behind Ando. This is fantastic. It won't let me change cameras. I broke it. Brandosa now right behind Ando. And Brandon found himself in similar positions last race behind Peanut. He has to decide how he's going to make a move. Whether try to make a move on the sweeper or wait for turn 1, which it looks like he's going to try and do now as he tucks into the slipstream 4/10 behind Ando. Does he have the legs to close the gap? There's been a big mistake at the back. That's Barui. We'll go back to the front too. Oh, there's something going on here too as Billy comes up the inside. No, GT looking for a way around Billy. Two fights going on. A fight for the lead. And GT trying to come back through the pack. I think GT's going to get Billy. But I can't take my eyes off the front right now as they come up through the balcony sector for the third time. Still unable to make a move. We flick back quickly. GT looking for a way around Billy Height. Billy Heat. So I just forgot the buttons for the cameras. No, it's glitching. GT around the outside of Munro Ridge. Can't quite get the job done. Looking back to the front. Brando still. Brando and Ando, that's going to confuse me. I can't call him Brando. Brandosa. Still within range of Ando. 3/10 and closing this lap. You got a better exit. Is he going to make the move into the Castrol corner? Or does he have the legs to go around the outside? He's going to go around the outside, look for the switchback. And fall back into line. Around the outside of the rabbit's ear, is that the opportunity? Looking to get the better exit on the run towards the balcony sector. It's only 2/10. Brando around the outside, not this time. But he's very good through the balcony sector. We saw that in race 1. GT's managed to get past Billy. Back in 4th and 5th. Brando still can't find a way around Ando. Brandosa still can't find a way around Ando. But Ruiz now come in to shed his mediums and put the softs on. This is so close. 4 laps in, and there's a 10th in it. So they're around turn 9 now. Brando's right behind. He's going to look to make the move into Castrol this time, surely. He can't close the gap in the straight. He's going to go up the inside of Castrol corner. Yes, he is. Brandosa takes the lead from Ando. Now, Ando, he's not going to be happy with that. He's going to be looking to make the move back wherever he can. GT closing on Peanut. Into the balcony sector. Very different lines from both drivers. Whether that's intentional or not, we'll never know. Brando's starting to get away from Endo. Brando's starting to get away from Endo now. 6/10 the gap. Brandoza has... Oh, he's run it wide there. Ran it wide. Through the wings leg. Now Endo's making the move up the inside of the sweeper. Thank you very much. A move we've seen. Oh, Endo's made a mistake. And he's saved it, but he's made a mistake coming out of turn 9. And that's given back Brandoza the lead. They both made a mistake. Well, Brando didn't really make a mistake. It was a mistake. He went off the track before the sweeper. But that gap has now risen to a second. Now back down to 7/10. Endo's going to be chasing hard to close that gap. GT now only 2.8 behind Peanut, closing in. But the race at the front, Ando now. He's going to have to work hard to catch Brandoza at the front. But we've got a long way to go. And that sand takes you a very long way if you make a mistake. So any mistake could potentially cost you up to 30 seconds to a minute around this circuit. Because you slide off and you just keep sliding for days. But Brandoza now 1.1 seconds ahead of Ando. So let's just check out their tyres. Ando's on softs. They're both on softs. Brando's just found some pace. Big time. Peanut on mediums. GT still on the racing softs. Billy on the softs. And Barui has already served his mediums. And he's now on softs. Ando 1 second behind. Can he catch? GT now 2 seconds behind. But Ando doesn't quite have the pace he had in the first race. He's yet to do a 1:19. He's on the softs and chasing Brandoza. And the gap starts to close again. 8/10. Oh, they both run wide on the approach to the Munro Ridge. Fly down the hill through the wings leg and into the sweeper. Ando's closed the gap now. What's happened? I missed something. He's a 10th behind. Is he going to go up the inside of turn 9? No, he's not. He's going to have to wait for Castrol corner unless he gets the job done in a straight line. Who gets the better exit coming out of Castrol? Pretty even, but Ando's got the slipstream. Is he going to look up the inside of Castrol corner there alongside? He brakes later, takes the inside line, and Ando back into the lead. This is electric for a 6-car race. This is fantastic. Ando 787 leading the race, 8 laps in, quarter of the race down, and Brandoza only 2.5 tenths behind, right behind him as they come into the balcony sector. Up and over the hill on lap number 8. GT now, he's caught Peanut. GT's going to look for a way around as well. Peanut picks his penalty up. That's going to make it easy for GT. So Peanut's going to have to serve that at the start-finish straight next lap. Just checking on the front tube. Brandon tucked in behind Ando. Don't think he's going to make the move around turn 9. Show it back to these two. Is GT going to wait? Is he going to be patient? Because he's going to get him on the next turn anyway. He is going to wait. Front two now. Brandoza. in the slipstream, looking up the inside of the Castrol corner. Gets the job done. Oh, Ando around the outside. Not taking no for an answer. Brando gets the job done, shuts the door into the rabbit's leg. This is fantastic racing. This is so good. Who's your money on? Brandoza or Ando? Got a long way to go. 28 minutes. Oh, Ando now. Alongside. Looks for the cutback. Takes the tighter line. And they're side by side over the Munro Ridge. Ando's got around the outside over the Munro Ridge. Brilliant move. Tiny mistake by Brandoza. Costed him a few tenths. Ando took the opportunity. Set that up right back up the top of the hill. Just in case the door was open. Brando now with the better exit. And gets the job done on the straight. He's going to take the outside line into Castrol. Is this going to work for him? Let's find out. No, it doesn't. Ando shuts the door. Brandoza looks for the inside line into the rabbit's leg. It's not there. Both drivers have been driving together now for 3 or 4 laps. The pressure's going to have to start sinking in somewhere. It's Brando again, very strong. Up and over. Cheers, mate. Love, love. As they go over Munro's Ridge and fly down towards Wind's Leg, Brando still in the slipstream. Around the sweeper towards turn 9. For the 10th time of asking, you can throw a blanket over these two. They've been together for 5 laps. Brando with the better exit out of turn 9 again. And with the slipstream. And Brando's are up the inside of Castrol corner. They're swapping positions. Ando's going to try and go around the outside. Can't quite stay with him. Brando shuts the door. And around the rabbit's leg we go. Whew. These two are on a knife's edge. Swapping positions every lap. Brandoza runs it wide, kills his pace into the balcony. Ando looks for the inside line, but it's not there. Brandoza runs it wide, a little bit of dirt on his outside tyres. Joper, what's up, man? How you doing? Did I miss something then? Or has Brandoza been in front for a lap or 2? Yeah, he has. I just switched off for a second. Brandoza's still in front. This is great. Now keep in mind, both of these drivers started on softs. And they both have to use mediums at some point. Where's that going to factor into their strategies? As Ando closes the gap to 2 tenths. Who has the better exit? Ando in the slipstream. Is he going to look up the inside of Castrol corner? Or are they going to swap positions again? This feels a little bit like Spa. Brandoza not close enough. Brandoza! Oh, big save. Big save. Big drama moment. Big save. Ando not able to capitalize on the mistake. We have a glitch, so I can't change the camera angles for some reason. We're just stuck with the beautiful camera work of the GT Sport guys. So we're up through the balcony sector again. Ando right back on the bumper. Wide line, Brando. Ando's going to look to go around the outside of Munro Ridge. Just overlapping on the outside. Ando way faster down the back straight. But he's got the outside into the sweeper. They're side by side into the sweeper. Pop your ears, the pressure's rising. Brando with a better line into turn 9. But who's going to have the better exit? That tight line didn't compromise his exit too much. Ando not close enough to make a dive up the inside this lap. So Brandoza maintains the lead. This is absolutely brilliant. These two are so entertaining, racing together. Ando up the inside of the rabbits here. Brandoza holds that around the outside. Ando gets the move done. Almost side by side into the balcony, but he has to concede the position. Brando's faster through the sector, usually. Runs it wide, holds onto it. And the race is still on. Ando now back in the lead. We've had multiple lead changes between these two drivers. Both drivers still have to serve medium tires at some point. This is fantastic. Around turn 9. Brando with the drive in the slipstream. Are they going to swap spots once again? Or is Ando just going to chill out? I know tyres are a thing, but I wonder if either of these drivers have thought about fuel. And whether or not fuel will get to the end. As we can see on the graphic, Brando is below half fuel, with more than half a race to go. Ando's got a little bit more in the tank, but still below half as well. So medium tyres are going to be a factor. Fuel is going to be a factor. Are we going to see them pit two more times, get onto the mediums and get back off of the mediums? Are we going to see one of them take a fresh set of softs and then mediums at the end of the race? So many options, and they're neck and neck, just like they started on the grid. They swap positions so many times. Brando looks for the line around the outside of the sweeper, it's not there. So coming to turn 9 on lap 14. 21 minutes remaining on the clock. Is he going to get the run into the Castrol corner this time? Or is he just going to chill? He looks to the outside. And the cutback. The cutback's not there. A little bit of contact, a little love tap there. It's not on. If it's not on, it's not on, and it wasn't on. Into the balcony sector now. Steep uphill left, right, followed by a big banking corner back down the hill with treacherous runoff either side. It's not a fun time for anybody. That's Brandoza. Stays with Ando. They've been together like this, swapping positions for about 12 minutes. And we've reached the halfway stage of the race. We're expecting 30 laps. Both drivers still have to... Oh, Brando saved it. If he's going to lose time there, he's still in the slipstream. But he's got to work to earn those few tenths back now. Tyre wear will start to become a factor soon. So you can see in the bottom left of the graphic the white lines with a little bit of red on top. That shows you the tyre wear on the car. Let's check. And very similar, but a tiny bit more wear. Oh, slightly different between the two if I swap back and forth. Brandoza now. The gaps fell into a second. He needs to keep his mind. Keep his head. Get back in that slipstream or Ando's going to disappear. Unless this is the time to make the strategy call. The mediums will be very slow. And I know the pit delta here for tyres only probably makes it worth just binning the mediums. Coming out and doing 1 or 2 laps on the mediums and getting back on the softs. It's probably the best way to go around here. But the longer you leave it, the less time you have to make up that deficit of the extra pit stop. Ando now has increased the gap to 1.3 seconds. It was fun while it lasted. But Brandoza now has to work hard to regain that position. Get back into the slipstream. It's Peanut now. He was running on mediums. He's come in to go to softs and go to the end. One would assume. GT in 3rd position. Bruni in 5th. Billy in 6th. Ando 1.5 now in front of Brandoza. And falling back. Ando has just come. Has he just come alive? Two seconds now. Oh, what's going on here? GT has just recently overtaken Billy. Recently lapped Billy. But the closest two for race position, they were absolutely electric for about 16 laps. Neck and neck, multiple position changes. But now Brandoza's tyres have gone off or something, I don't know what it is. Ando got in his head. Now Ando's pulled out some much more consistent laps. And he's building that lead. But anything can still happen. 16.5 minutes left on the clock. Both drivers still have to use medium tyres. And both drivers need to put some fuel in their car before this is all over. Who's going to take what technique? Are they both going to try the same strategy? Try to outpace each other? Or are they going to try something different? We know the mediums are slow. And if you give yourself enough laps on the softs, you can probably make up an extra pit stop by just burning the mediums for 1 lap. We can't confirm or deny, but there are multiple options on the table for both of these drivers. Ando's bringing the gap back. Brandoza, this is so confusing. Brandoza at 2 seconds the gap, holding it at 2 seconds. Ando in the lead. "15 minutes left on the clock." You can see Ando's front left. Let's compare the two. Both of their front lefts now starting to deteriorate. They'll start to feel that. Ando putting in faster lap times with worn tyres. The gap staying around that 1.8 to 2 second area. GT off the pace in 3rd position. Are we going to see anyone make the strategy call with 14.5 minutes left on the clock? Both of them still need fuel and medium tyres. At some point, Ando goes into the pits. Is Brando going to follow him? Billy's just gone off the circuit. Brandoza stays out. So, Ando going for the undercut from in front. He had a 2 second advantage. Comes in. Changed tyres. Fills up. We're about to see what tyres he comes out on. And that'll give us a hint on the rest of his straight. He comes out on the mediums with 14 minutes left on the clock. Ando trying to undercut from in front. What kind of lap can Brandoza put in? On board with Brandoza. Is he going to react this lap, or is he going to stay out? He still has the two-stop option is still on the cards. It's still a potential option. It's a slow lap. .4 seconds slower than his best. It's on clock for a 1:21. Does he come into the pits this lap, or does he stay out? He comes into the pits this lap and he responds. Is he going to go to mediums or stay on softs? So Ando and Brandoza, they're the two drivers we're looking at. Who's going to come out? On board with Brandoza. Ando comes past the pits. Brandoza comes out. Ando around the outside of Castro corner, and he's away. So a 2-second gap reduced to now 1.4 seconds. 1.4 seconds now that he's settled. GT out in front. He hasn't pit yet. He needs to take fuel and tyres. So what's he going to do? But we have these two close together again, both on fresh mediums. And on the fresher tyres, Brando's pace has just come back. He's back in the slipstream. It definitely seems like Brando on fresh tyres can absolutely hang with Ando 787. But once the tyre wear started to kick in and Brandoza lost the slipstream on the first stint, it was game over. But now we're back to where we were. This is absolutely fantastic as they fly down towards Castrol corner for the 22nd time of asking. Brandoza's going to look around the outside. Can't make the move. GT 8.9 seconds in front. Now GT, he's going to be benefiting from these two drivers fighting. He still has to pit, but the further and further in front he can get while these two fight, GT might be back in with a shout. As Baruni is traffic in front of them, he's made a mistake. They're both going to have to go around him. They do. Great reactions from all three drivers involved. As Brandoza chases Ando up and over the Munro Ridge, down the hill. Brandoza in the slipstream. GT getting further ahead. Still with a pit stop to serve, but getting further ahead. Brandoza looks to the outside. Nothing doing. Ando, oh! Dirt on his tyres. Kills his momentum. And Brandoza's going to go back into the lead. Ando still has the inside line. Now it cuts back to the outside. He's going to try the outside of Cutstrail corner and try the cut back. Didn't find the grip or the pace he needed. So Brandoza takes the provisional lead. I don't know what GT's got up his sleeve, but he could deliver. Just watch out. As Brandoza runs it wide through the balcony sector, Ando's going to look up the inside. Hanging out. He's just hanging out just behind his rear fender, waiting for the opportunity, waiting for the mistake. Up and over Munro Ridge. We've seen Ando fast around the ridge. side by side as they approach the sweeper. Ando's got past him before they hit the sweeper. Ando's so fast down that hill. Somewhere we have not seen Brandon make a move in that sector as GT comes in now from 9.3 seconds in front. He needs fuel, he needs tyres. What's he going to do? Assume he's just going to come out in mediums and go to the end of the race. But Brandoza, is he going to make the move into Castrol Tunnel this lap? Not this lap, not this time. GT much closer now. GT only 4 seconds off the lead with these two fighting. GT is still relevant with 8 minutes left on the clock because these two are going to slow each other down while they battle. Ando, Brandoza. The battle they've been battling the whole race. Absolutely brilliant. Does Brandoza have the pace to make a move? Well, we haven't seen him make a move through the sweeper yet. And not this time. Gonna have a lot of confidence to make a move through this sector. Looks to the outside, it's not on. Not enough time and not enough room to make a move through turn 9. Has to rely on getting a better exit into the start-finish straight, which he does. And now he's in the slipstream. All the while, GT holding the gap at 4 seconds. Brandoza back into the lead. Ando in second position. The mistake kills his momentum, but Brandoza's going to get to the rabbits here first. And it's 4 tenths. GT closing the gap, 3.5 tenths. GT's going to be right on the back of these two right at the end of the race. We're going to have a barnstorming finish. Brandoza slow through the top sector at the top of the hill. Brando looks around the outside. Up and over Munro. Ando's going to have the slipstream, 3 tenths back. GT 3.2, closing every lap. GT is closing on the front too. Ando looks to the inside of the sweeper. Nothing doing there. Brando blocks the outside line into turn 9. Needs a good exit. Needs a good exit to deny the slipstream and the run of Ando. It's 3 tenths. He had a better exit. The better exit helps him deny the move this time. And GT has closed the 4-second gap. Brando off the track. Can he keep it together? He's still the first car to the rabbit's ear. Hearts in mouths. So Ando's going to look around the outside. Not close enough. Brando still leads up into the balcony sector on lap 26. GT now 2.5 seconds behind. Closing, closing, closing. Back down the hill. Tension rising, 5 minutes to go. GT 2.5 seconds behind these two. These two have been swapping positions all race. The slipstream in these Mazdas. The suck is unbelievable. If GT can just close that extra second and a bit, he'll be in slipstream range and he'll join this party. And then it's anyone's race. It'll be incredible if GT can pull this back. I'm getting so excited. Brandon now, 4 tenths, closing in the slipstream. No, Brandon's in front. Ando closing. GT still 2.6. Oh, poor entry into the rabbits here from Brandoza. Ando, is he going to have enough pace to make a move into the balcony sector? He looks to the outside into the balcony sector, but Yeah, hard pressed to make a move through there. He's going to try the outside to cut back. Something. He's got to try something. Nothing's on. Nothing's on. Ando with a better exit through the Munro sector every lap. And he's got the inside line into the sweeper. Not quite. Not quite. EBM Brandoza goes around the outside of the sweeper and holds him off. 3.5 minutes left. GT's only 2 seconds behind. They both take a bit of dirt. Eight tenths. 9 tenths. Something happened. I missed it. There was a mistake. GT 1.8 behind. And Brandoza has blown the gap out to a second. I looked away at the wrong time. There was a heart and mouth moment. Two and a half minutes remaining. Can Ando respond? He's pushing too hard, he's pushed too hard, he's put the car off into the dirt. That makes GT super relevant all of a sudden. Here comes GT, he's 8 tenths behind. Ando and Brandoza have been swapping the lead all race. And GT now with a lot of pace. GT closing in 4 tenths behind. Ando had the double, had a fight for the double on his plate, but now he's lost the 2 seconds to Brandoza, and GT now on his tail. We've got a battle over the last 2 laps for second position. GT looks around the outside, makes a mistake, a little bit of dirt on his tyres. Around the rabbit's ear. The penultimate lap of the second race of the EBM Invitational, and an EBM driver out the front. Ando, the winner of race 1, almost had a victory in race 2, but now he has the pressure of GT right behind him. GT was 9 seconds behind at one point. He's now closed the gap and he's pressuring Ando. Brandoza 2.5 seconds in front, 1 lap to go. He just needs to concentrate and put in a decent lap on his final lap, and he'll take the victory after a disappointing performance in the first race. Ando, GT, 3 tenths, 1 lap, let's go. Round turn 9 into the start-finish straight. GT with a better exit. GT's thinking about it. Is he going to go left? Is he going to go right? Is he going to go up the inside of Castrol corner? Is Ando going to defend? Ando tries to keep him narrow. Ando out to the outside line. GT up the inside of Castrol corner. Ando shuts the door. Ando with the inside run now. GT's in front, but Ando's got the inside line into the rabbits here. GT gets there first. Ah, so close. And GT gets the job done, but it's not over yet. There's half a lap to go. Brandoza's out in front as they come into the balcony sector for the final time. Ando from GT. Ando's desperate to find a way past. And GT keep his cool. Ando is very fast through this sector. They're side by side. Ando looks for the switchback as they approach Munro's Ridge. Ando's fast over the ridge. We know it. We know he is. 2 turns to go. The sweeper. Ando's got the slipstream. Where's he going to make the move? Can he make the move? Around the sweeper. Turn 9. Outside line. Is it there? They're side by side into turn 9 on the final lap. Who's going to have the better entry? Ando around the outside takes some dirt. GT takes the second position. What an electric race. I had to keep my voice down a bit because it got a little late. But that was absolutely phenomenal. EBM Brandoza takes the checkered flag. GT4 from the Ashes takes second position. Rises like a phoenix. Ando will be disappointed with the third, but he'll had an incredible race. Incredible driving from Ando GT and from EBM Brandoza. Peanut in fifth, Peanut in fourth, Billy in fifth. We're going to jump across now straight to the live drivers lobby to hear what they're talking about. That was fantastic. That was brilliant. Rough, man. Yeah, dude, rough. But what a race to watch. You two had a good...
Yeah, I can't remember. I was too busy concentrating. I didn't even look, but didn't feel like any damage.
That was great. You
So,
two raced like bumper to bumper for about 25 minutes of the 40 minutes of that race. And then GT coming back from like 9 seconds behind.
that was a good
That
little
was
battle.
so
Are
good.
they always like that?
Oh, mate, that was brilliant. All the way through the field.
Jeez. Yeah. I'm spent.
That was so good. That was brilliant.
As a, yeah.
To
Oh, but
sit here for...
GT Force, mate, hats off to you, mate. You caught me. You made a
Mate,
mistake at the start, didn't you?
yeah,
And you fought back, and so yeah, well done.
unreal. But you guys, because you guys were... Oh, you go. Watching. Yeah, that was phenomenal, guys. GT, from how far behind you were to catch them, but with them fighting too, with you guys, like, but the driving from you two was great, from Ando and Brandon, like, you guys were fantastic. To like, I was a little bit like, 40-minute race now after doing a 25-minute one, but I was on the edge of my seat the whole time watching that and calling that. That was awesome. So
I,
feel free to check out the link because the replay will be there for the race and stuff like that if you want to look at it.
cheers.
Yeah, it's on the Discord. That's the link straight to my YouTube channel. Because my stuff goes up through not the trail one. Um, but if you do end up on my channel, it's got... I mean, you've seen it. You may have already. It's got all the all the replays from the Trans-Tasman days, which GT was in. A lot of GT's wins are in there actually. But yeah, that's a cool little... I'm going to start doing this way more often. I was wondering what you're going to try and do.